This idea has been tripping me out for the past several months now, and I want to share a couple of conclusions or ideas to get you thinking. That's the whole point of this show and this series and this channel. It's not to tell you what to do, it's more for you to go out and test these ideas yourself. And I do want to let you know that this is not going to be a clip show. It's really hurting my analytics when people click on the video and they're hoping to see like clips of Rick and Morty or something like that. So I just want to get that out of the way first. If you want to see and actually improve your life and question your reality and your existence as a human being, then I highly recommend you watching through to the end of this video because it's going to help you bring in new ideas and different ways of thinking. But obviously that's up to your own perception. I'm not here to control or change you in any way, shape, or form. All I'm here to do is give you new ideas, different perspectives, and ways of viewing the world. Because in all likelihood, you're doing exactly what has happened in the Rick and Morty episode where they have this spaghetti episode. If you remember the episode, you remember that it's a darker episode around certain topics that I'm not going to delve into in this conversation or in this video because that's not the point of the video that I want to make. The more point and the point that I want to give is when we look at the old man near the end, like we get these perceptions and these perspectives, and maybe you yourself have noticed this too, something that I constantly am aware of, is like the only world and the only existence that we have, and I was talking about this in this past video the other day as well too, which if you haven't watched that, go check that out afterwards. Kind of delves into the same concepts, it just goes a little bit deeper here right now. So when he goes in and we start to go into his own memory, we get this POV, the point of view, the personal point of view of the person. And we get to see the experiences that he himself is having with the girl that he falls in love with the jar of jelly that he ends up making, with the life that they end up having. And like, that's the only experience that he knows himself as. So maybe you're in this position where like you see yourself, and we never actually truly get to see ourselves. Like you see me and I see me, and we probably in all likelihood see two completely different versions of myself. You see the version of yourself that is wanting of me that you want to be able to see and identify with, where in actuality maybe that's not how I am or what I look like or what it is. All you do is use the information that you have seen in the past to be able to help you get to the new conclusion of like, okay, this is how this person is, when that's not necessarily true, because you can only ever see your own point of view. And that is just, it's been blowing my mind recently because I'll think and I'll be there and I'll be like, this person is like, they're seeing the world in the same way that I'm seeing the world, but they're having different experiences than I'm having. And if they're having different experiences than I'm having, then that means that they're living in a different world, but they're also living in the world that I live in right now. It's crazy to think about. And there's a meditation technique that I'd recommend you giving this a try. Sit in front of a mirror, stand in front of a mirror, either one works, and like visualize yourself looking at yourself from the mirror. So like instead of you being in this position, so like here's me and here's the mirror. So like instead of you being this person looking at the mirror, change your awareness to be this person, the reflection of yourself in the mirror looking out at the person that's not in the mirror. It's going to trip you out. First time I did it, tripped me out a lot. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And the more you do it, the more you realize it's like, I am just a reflection of everything else that I see in the world. So like when I see these point of view perspectives and these point of views that are happening all around me, it's like, everybody else has these point of views. Everybody else has this way of viewing the world. So does that mean that the way that I view the world is the correct way, or is the way that this other person views the world is the correct way? And it's one of those tough questions you'll never know unless you test it out. And like I highly recommend testing it out over and over and over again, because like I just am here to provide theories of my own personal experiences that have helped me out. But it's just interesting to me to think that like, you know, if I was in a different body, I would be perceiving things in a different way because I'd be having different interactions with different people. But at the same time, it's just my point of view. Like I cannot see my face. I can't see my eyes unless like I look at a mirror. So I can never actually truly know myself as you see me. And like I can never know a stranger as they see me, or a stranger can never know me as I see myself. It's a really weird and interesting concept, but like if you want to delve into understanding yourself more and understanding like how you work and how your reality works, then I highly recommend trying that meditation that I talked about at the beginning and exploring like different paths and reliving certain scenarios. And from like, instead of like reliving it from like your POV, like live it as if you're somebody else watching yourself perform that said act, and then change that act in the way that you want to, because you can do that within your own minds. It's something that I've done, something that I know a lot of other people do as well too. If you're wanting to change where you are, the situations that you're in, the world that you live, then you have to start thinking about the world in different ways and in different manners than you ever have before. Cool. Subscribe and catch you in the next one.